And we're live in 5, 4, 3. Just kidding, just kidding. What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up, what's up? It's Saturday. It's Saturday Night Lights. Hey, we have some new people. Everybody, a round of applause for the new people that are going through hard times with us. Big shout out to the new people. I hope to, look, in order to keep up with me new people, you'll always have to keep up. You'll have to check my community page before you ever catch one of my videos, right? The last thing I posted in my community page, well, one of the things was, you know, my job is only to bring you comfort during this time, to make you know that God's working and that everything's going to be okay. But in the end, I can only, you know what I mean, my words only resonate when they resonate. If you can't believe, then this isn't going to work. This is a place for believers. This is a place for believers. You have to believe in order for any of this stuff to take place in your life. So I just wanted to say that. You know, today's the, all these people, they call it the 111 portal. And it's just new beginnings. It's just new doors are opening. And if you haven't noticed, they're shoving people through new beginnings and stuff. I saw this aerial view of what's going on in California. And it's like from outer space, it's one hell of a view. You know what I mean? It's one hell of a view. Anyway, so for anybody new, what's up, what's up? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, and messenger of God during the end times. I am here to walk you through the dark night of the soul, which is your awakening. Hopefully you're going to wake up. I get a lot of people that stay dead asleep or just numb to what's going on around us. Yeah, it's another wonderful day in the neighborhood. I made a video earlier. I got all blessed and stuff. God's been great to me. It's a great day for some of us. So with that being said, I was just chilling. I took a break. I've been trying to, you know, get my numbers up and stuff. I didn't work all week, so I'm trying to make up for a whole week in a couple of days. And I was taking a break, and I realized I didn't do a reading, and I needed some more energy, and this is the best way to channel some energy. So I'm going to take, I was laughing really hard, actually. It's like, what do you want me to tell people, God? And I was like, and then this thought was, oh, okay, we're going to make fun of tarot readers again. As bad as your life is, at least you're not one of these low vibrational people that is stalking someone that they call their person. I just want to point that out. That's how all these love readings start. They're like, we're going to see what's going on with your person that you're not in contact with. Oh, God. Whenever you feel sorry for yourself, feel more sorry for those people, dude. Talk about delusional. And that's what it says. They all start with your person. What makes this your person, dude? I can agree with the person on your mind. That sounds okay. But your person. But these people, bro, these fucking people make a living off of, you know, people's obsessions and possessions. It's like, you guys need to leave people alone and worry about you. Why do I have to watch this shit? I'm watching the readers, not the messages, bro. Their messages are all fucked off. I'm there to teach them how to deliver a real message. Alright, so anyways, yeah, I'm not actually a tarot reader. Somebody asked me that today. They're like, you do the cards? I'm like, not really tarot. I'm an oracle, but yeah, what's up? And then it turned into a whole story and stuff. I had a video. I just don't know how chopped up it came because I looked down and it was like, it just stopped. I don't know when it stopped, so I was like, maybe I don't need to post that. But I'll see if I post it. Anyways, let's get started. We did a heavy-duty reading yesterday about relationships and stuff, and then it was really funny because right before I go to sit down, it's like, you know, it's that thing. I had a writer tonight. He was going on a date in Cherry Creek, and it was really cool because it's a beautiful place and all this good stuff. A first date. And I was like, I told him what I would tell my daughter, what I would tell anybody. I was like, make sure that you're fully authentic and honest about your intentions. Because if you go out there and you tell them that you don't want anything serious, then nothing serious will come from this. I was like, if you want something real, I'll be as crazy as you are. Don't hold back. because that's not fair to yourself or to that person. So then they have to get a little piece of you every time. I was like, you're grooming them until you're ready to let all of you out, and then it becomes shocking. Hey, shh. I was like, it's better just to be all of you in the beginning, and if they can't accept it, then that's a great way to start, and you can save yourself some pocket change. You know what I mean? If you really, you know, I was like, I scare people away all the time, but I'm very genuine, and I don't get my time wasted. I want a husband, new children, and a father figure for my current children. I was like, you know, that right there, I'm not wasting your time, you're not wasting my time, this is what I want. It's like a lot of us don't want to come out so, you know, honest and say, hey, I have special love needs, I tend to get jealous, I'm a bit possessive, you know, I have some insecurities, I definitely have abandonment issues, so I really am looking for something stable, like, I want you to come home and maybe never leave. And you wonder why I'm so single. But I mean it from the bottom of my heart, not in a total serial killer way. But it sounds serial killer. It's like, I mean that with all of my heart. Like, I want to go out on a date, and then I want you to come home with me, and I want to have breakfast and lunch and, you know, a lifetime with you. If that's how I feel it. It's like, I don't want to just, like, wait a week to call you and do this, start all over again. Can we just, like, ride this all the way out until it, you know... Ride it to the sunset. Anyways, I was just laughing about that because I told him that earlier, and he's like, I like what you said. And it's like, well, I mean, enjoy yourself, but be yourself and tell them what you want. And, you know, you never know, because somebody's got to be honest about, you know, if they don't want something serious, then why are you wasting your time? Why does anyone go on a date? Because in essence, you want that one. You want this to be that one. But you tell them right away that you're not looking for that one. You're full of shit, bro. So how about let's start with some honesty and see, hey, I'm looking for the one. Do you want to be that one? Or you just want to enjoy dinner tonight? You know what I mean? I'm cool with just dinner. I thought, you know, we can do just dinner. But how about a lifetime? You want to have a lifetime after this? Is that too scary? It sounds scary. But I've learned that, you know, ever since the beginning, I've spoke like that. Like the sun popping out, all these cards popping out. Because it's important to just be honest. Because that way, you know what I mean? It sets a clear boundary, but it sets a clear intention, too. Because, you know, if they don't want that, then they don't want that, and you don't need to be fucking around. And if that scares them, then you don't need to be fucking around. And if it opens them up, then it's time to fuck around. Let's fuck around. Let's fuck around and find out how this goes. See if you're my one. A card fell out of the bottom. What is it? Current energy, please. The Wheel of Fortune. I feel like I should do a game show host sound, but I don't own the rights to that bullshit. Let's see. What does this mean? Fate, destiny. This is all meant to be. That's all I ever tell you. That's all I ever tell you. And I went to the Queen of Pentacles. I do that a lot. All right, let's talk about the Wheel of Fortune. The High Priestess, the Lord. I'm not really sure what it is in this book, to be honest. The Elder. Strength, the Chariot, the Hermit. Give me a minute. This is it. It's the World, or the Word. Hold on. Yeah, because it's about past, present, and future. Okay. It tells you a whole story. So when you go into these cards, according to my book, these are levels. These are levels that you're going through. So we're currently in a level. After spending time in isolation of the forest where between madness and rapture, the fool has a vision of the universe turning round in a still point. Like spinning wool around a distaff, with everything connected by an interwoven fabric of everything, of energy and conscious, beyond time and beyond space. It is then where he encounters three goddesses beneath the world tree, weaving a great web. So mine looks a little bit different, but it's past, present, and future. The fates is what they called them. Who are you? He said, let's see. Are you weaving my destiny? The fool asked. And it says, I am Erd, says the first. I uphold the primal law of universe to which even the gods are subject. This cannot be changed. I gaze into the well of time at what has already been, the deeds of ourselves and others. These things have shaped the web we weave. That's it. You reap what you sow. I've been telling you that. It's like, ugh. I have your attention now, but this is not the time, this is not how I wanted to look back at you. And then the next one is, I am Vervandi, says the second. That which is that's which has become, drawing together the threads of the past and the layers of your thoughts and deeds to make the present. Okay, so that's where we try to reprogram your mind and how it's thinking, right? Okay, so that you can change the direction. You still have your karma behind you. Your karma is going to get you, but you don't want to go in the same direction because you're just on a loop. By your thoughts and actions, you weave your own world minute by minute in the great cosmic tapestry where it is touched by the word of others. Your actions will weave your future. And that's really it. It's like your thoughts become, you work off of your thoughts. I had that conversation with someone earlier. It's like, look at all these people. They're all in, They're all in the matrix of their minds. They see nothing more than their minds, what their mind is telling them. All right, and the last one is, I am Skuld, says the last, that which may become, a web of possible outcomes influenced by what has already been. What you call your destiny and your soul are one and the same. All right, upright meaning. The word, and that's what it's called in my book, brings positive sudden changes into your circumstances, even if they may not seem like it at the time. You may lose your job only to find a better one. Leave a relationship to meet someone who makes you happier, for example. This is a good time to take risks, and they are likely to pay off. Chance meetings and events can favor. Make the most of it, as things can change again. Don't take it for granted or get cocky. Change is one of the constants in life. The world brings us to the wisdom to accept it, and all things have their season, and all things pass. The word asks you to accept responsibility for the choices you have made and the circumstances that have brought you to. This card can be a period of self-discovery when you begin to understand the patterns in your life. And we've been talking about that all week, but specifically this morning, I felt the heat off of the boys as they're fucking, going through the flames of their towers. And it's like, hey, don't you fucking blow that smoke at me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't do this. I don't do things to people because then I have my own fucking karma to deal with. I'm dealing with the karma of what I've already done, how I treat people and how I talk to people and how that's affecting my own life. And that's, currently I'm aware of what the current patterns are, and I have to go back and catch these other patterns that I was unaware of. But that's what we're doing. Reprogramming it, pulling the threads apart. All right, reverse meaning. You feel at the whim of negative forces beyond your control. It may seem like bad luck, but the chances that are happening are inevitable, a result of your past actions, and there is no point in resisting them. To welcome change is a liberating experience. This is not a good time to start a business, look for a new job, or begin a new relationship. No. And that's why before we knew he was going to do this, he told us for weeks, you're going to stay still. And it wasn't just him, it was our training to know the season. This is the still season. We didn't know what the fuck was going to happen out there. We never do. They pushed us in. Have you noticed that I've been in a hotel for 2 weeks and it's already extended to the 15th? And Cass said when she called, they're talking about even longer because it's supposed to even go colder. I saw that it snowed in Atlanta. That's wild. But they said that it does that before. But even in the South, you guys don't have the ability to remove it or move through it. You know what I mean? That was like when it snowed in Las Vegas. It's like you don't have what we have to push it. You have to just wait till it goes away. And that's it. If we stay cold, it won't go. And if it won't go, you can't go nowhere. And as far as the fires, they're trying to control something they can't control. They can't control it. They're doing damage control to what? They don't even know what the damage is. They're literally just, they're throwing water on a tornado. It literally is just wind. I'm sorry. You can't stop what's happening. And when you see when you see what's happening out there and that there's no control and everybody is just, you know what I mean? And that's just the beginning. You never had control. You had this false perception of security. You thought everything was okay because you were paying your bills and you were fed and you were doing the same thing. You had a mundane, you know what I mean, predictable life. In your predictability, you thought there was some kind of security and that you were in control. But you were just comfortable, bro. You were content with dying. And God said, not today. I'm going to give you a reason to live. In essence. I mean, I feel like I'm supposed to go back and pull this book out. It's way buried right now. I can see my Bible too, and that can only scare you at this point. We'll save that shit for some Sunday. They do that shit on Sunday. I feel like I should go back and pull out the Palladium book and show you that this wheel is spinning. What does it mean? It's beyond what's happening on Earth. What's happening on Earth is because of the planets, bro. Are you not paying attention? There is a parade of planets that's going through all the way through January, and they will do a full alignment at, I think it's February 28th, to be honest, where they will fully align, but they're all up there just blasting us, bro. Just blasting us within. It's like, it's unbelievable. So not only are you in your body and in your mind not stable, but the planet isn't. It's emanating from the planet, and it's, you're on top of it. It's and what is it? We're just getting on we're shifting. The whole fucking universe is shifting us, shifting the planet and all the beings on it. And it's not the most comfortable ride for anything that's happening right now. All of the animals, everything, everybody's being, you know what I mean? What's happening? We're fucking tilting. In science term, what is happening? We're literally just tilting a little. But it's like, is this really going to happen every time? Yeah, bro, whenever they try to fucking just put us back in, you know what I mean? To square us up. Venus is squaring. Squaring what? What the fuck? In essence, yeah, it's all proclaimed that this is, scientifically speaking and other, religiously speaking, it's happening. Even down to Christianity speaking, all prophecy saw this shift. It's just a shift. But it is the end of times as we know it. What does that look like? We saw the first end. COVID, dude. COVID ended everything the way we used to live. And then, yeah. And then we learned to live a different way after COVID. No. Right? But that wasn't, I'm not saying the right way. We just learned how to, survive differently after COVID. Now, something new will come, and we'll have to learn how to survive after that. Then, something new will come. It's all about going back to, you know what I mean? The shifting of this. And this is where it says, change is the one constant in life. This brings a wisdom to accept it. All things have their season, and all things will pass. And that's what Jesus said too, is this too shall pass. When, bro? By February? I mean, but Kobe taught us too. It's like, this is just the first, It's not very comforting to say that, but it's going to get more extreme. So buckle your seatbelts on and just get ready for it. Just accept that you have no control. You have to sit back and watch what's happening. If you jump on this wheel, you're going to be one of those people that fall off of it. Where are you going to jump on now, dude? Just sit still and watch it spin. That's all you really can do. Follow what your heart says and nothing more. That's our current energy, God, fate, destiny. Whatever's happening right now is based on what's already, you know what I mean? The seeds that were already sown. As far as your future, that's based on your thoughts. You know what I mean? So you need to start having different thoughts. And that's something we talk about all the time around here. What's our work at hand? The 8 of coins. 8 of pentacles. I think that's work. Hard work, to be honest. I don't know. I don't have these memorized like the rest of these buttholes. Yeah, skills. Obstacles disappear now, and now is a time for you to step forward and show the world how talented you are. You have the dedication, experience, skills, and commitment to produce Very fine work. And your high standards and attention to detail will make you much sought after. If you've been thinking about turning a hobby into a business, go ahead. Not yet, though, guys. Not yet. Get it ready. You're not going to launch it yet. Did you not hear that card? The Eight of Pentacles can indicate that you feel fit and well, mentally and physically. In a relationship reading, this card shows a steady partnership based on trust, faithfulness, and loyalty. As I said, at least we're not chasing somebody trying to, you know what I mean, get married and have babies as all this is happening right now. You know what I mean? We have bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish to fry. I mean, seriously. Funny story. Right now, the work we're supposed to be doing is our internal work right now. And that's it, so that we can think, you know what I mean, we can have better thoughts about what's coming at us. That's what makes you weak, is like you have no adaptability. You can't take change. You can't take adversity. You don't have the endurance to, you know what I mean, set things out. When things don't go your way, and I've done a lot of teachings of this to prepare us for this. When things don't go your way, how do you act? How do you know what I mean? What are your triggers? How do you treat people? How do you get your way? You know what I mean? What kind of stuff do you do? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. We're going to start all these teachings again, but for all the new people. But the old people, you're supposed to be, you know what I mean? You've been in this class for a minute. You better step it up and show them how to act. Okay? Okay. Reverse meaning. The Eight of Pentacles reverse indicates a lack of direction and effort on your part. You might be failing exams or producing shoddy work. You'd like to be rich and successful, but fail to recognize that you will have to actually work to achieve it. If you're bored at your job, get some training or learn a new skill. You do have talents, but you need to develop them. You also have been neglecting your health, perhaps drinking too much or eating poor diet, not getting enough exercise or rest. The reverse card can suggest boredom in a relationship. You must ask yourself if you really want to be with your partner or if you are being fair to them. I'm being guided to speak on something that I'm not very comfortable about speaking on. Which is like, you know, usually I'm like, oh, give it to him. Russ started somewhere. He had to start somewhere. And if you look at it, it couldn't have been any worse than I was. We all had to start somewhere. So I said at yesterday's video, is like, I understand how important Jonica was to his evolution. He had to have a girlfriend. He had to start somewhere. Do you know what I mean? But going back to it, I was extremely appalled that this girl did it for him. But I didn't see that it just, you know, forgive me. Forgive me. I'm saying this with respect, you know what I mean? I didn't understand why his standard was so low. Why this was enough for him. And only later when I started to understand his story and know that, you know, this was his first girlfriend and, you know, he had to start somewhere, then it made more sense, meaning I could have more compassion. But as far as the mentality, I didn't see him to have the same mentality as this little girl until he started acting in it. But I gotta say, I feel like not based on his age, but I feel like Russ had his shit together and was getting his shit together. He carried himself with a certain demeanor and a certain respect and a certain, you know what I mean, poise before getting in this relationship. And this relationship brought out a child aspect of himself where he definitely stepped into her age group, which in essence, being a cougar myself, I can only have, you know what I mean, forgiveness and understanding. It's because, you know, when you get around those kind of high energy, high vibrational people, you do act a fool, right? Like, you know what I mean? I'm fully, like, I'm 42, but I'm like 25 and I act a little bit young for my age. So in the sense of, I can get that. So there's more compassion and stuff. But as I'm sitting here looking at these two, I'm like, And I mean this in a heartfelt way. I believe that he's mentally out. I think he's always been more than she is, but he had to start somewhere. And I'm using him as I'm seeing only him, but as I'm seeing him, I can see the boys with their girls standing next to him, and this weird feel of where they all look down on, out of shame. Because, yeah, it was your girlfriend. She was your first girlfriend, and you needed a girlfriend when you never had a girlfriend. But right now, you're turning into men, and these girls aren't aligned with you, for they are still women. And in essence, you have to take responsibility of the fact that you did hold them back in becoming full-grown women and asking them to be nothing more than your girlfriends and making them queens. Do you know what I mean? In essence, Jonica trying to keep up with Russ and grow up too fast takes from her. Russ trying to be young and dumb with her takes from his ability of, his marination. Right? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, he starts, it almost looks kind of Hugh Hefner and all kinds of weirdness, right? It's not to say that, but then, it's like, then you start looking at 50 Cent and his 20-year-olds. It's like, dude, do you really entertain a 20-year-old conversation? Or they just sit there quietly and just, yeah, whatever you say, whatever you like. Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you guys really for real? What's going on right here? I truly say this from, a nice place. I do believe he's too, I'm trying to say, mature. No. Stable? I want to say intellectual, because he's just, I feel like he's just, you know what I mean, like, I don't know.
Probably got daddy issues. Most girls who have daddy issues go after older men.
I'm not pointing fingers as to why. I'm just saying that at some point I think he's going to realize that, you know what I mean, he's a higher, I don't mean by statue by any means by possession. I mean by intellectually. I feel like he's just, I don't even know if mature is the word. What's the word, Marshall, that we're looking for here? It's not so much about his mind, but it is about how it works. It's not so much about his age, but it is about, you know what I mean, his authority. You know, you must understand that at one moment I was equal, he was equal to me. He couldn't be equal to me and equal to her at the same time. Do you understand? And I haven't gone down any levels. There's nothing. The only thing lower than him was Tree and Bobby, in the sense of as my ascension went, how the activation of how these levels went. So I'm just, it says a boredom in a relationship. It's like they just. I just feel like there's so much more depth to that man than there is to that woman. And he's, as he heals, he'll have to discover that. And there's in the essence, they hold each other back. You know what I mean? She's being forced to grow up and he's being forced to be young. And it's not really, and that might be that paradigm that we read in our cards about the what did they call it? I don't know, conjunction or something. It says it specifically about Aries and fucking Libras, how they're the total, you know what I mean, how that pushes them into the South Node. But that's really the truth. And I've said it, really condescending and really mean over the years, or over the last, year or whatever. It's like, she gains as you lose. You put her up to your status, but you lose all status by doing it. And right now, I mean it. It's like, I don't want to say you're better than her. I think you've outgrown the situation. I think you were always, I don't want to say better than the situation, because you needed this situation to grow from. So ultimately, no, it was a growing tool. And I'm using him, and I'm specifically can see him, but again, I can see all of my twin flames That I can see you standing next to your partners, your higher self next to your partners, and you look down during this conversation, because it also affects you too. You must ask yourself if you really want to be with your partner and if you're being fair to them. And this goes back to these women that you've asked to, submit their lives to you and not giving them an opportunity to have some life too. Do you want some freedom? Can I give you some freedom and maybe support you financially and in some other ways for you to start exploring what you might like to do with your life? You've given me much life, and I don't want to, I'm just saying, in the essence, it doesn't have to always be, we have these ways of dealing with divorce, but we can change the ways of when people separate and what that looks like, and we don't need to bring, paid officials to come in and sort out our business when we can sit down civilized and just, sort some things out and not have to be all cutthroat about shit like this. I'm just saying, I've been divorced and I had to face that, and he won't go away. But it's like, I had to face that. I'm just trying to keep a father around, but you're not a father. And you're not around, and it's driving me fucking mad. If I'm ever going to have a real father around, I've got to let you go. And that's the truth. And he's no more a father. He has not grown in his fathering abilities. He has not learned how to father anymore. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, he's not going to be able to be that still. Why would I give him another chance to fail us again? You know what I mean? All that's it. It was a commitment to the Bible, and it was a commitment to an idea that he couldn't be. He couldn't be that person, and that's okay. But, me trying to keep this fucking shit together, that was stupid as fuck. And God kept trying to break it up, and I kept bringing it back together. I didn't learn my lesson. It took a long time. I don't think he believes I've learned my lesson, but I did. Oh, what's the outcome? The Two of Wands. Okay. We're still on our fire. Dominion. If the Ace of Wands is the initial spark of inspiration, the Two of Wands concerns shaping it so you can achieve your goals. It is the Magician card brought to earth. Your ideas have a lot of potential, but you will need hard work, willpower, and dedication to realize your vision. And that's it. You don't have all the pieces, people. You can't just jump into the picture when you don't know what the picture looks like. You've seen one piece and you're about to create this whole vision, and I'm guilty of this. I'd be like, God, why did you make me think that? I said, I didn't make you think that. I gave you one vision and you turned it into this. Oh my God, you're so right. Wait. Patience is our virtue right now, and it's very difficult. What does patience mean? It means wait. How long? For as long as they say. And I told you, like mid-fucking February. We stay in the day. We deal with every thought, every feeling, every urge that comes up. Right? The urge meaning God said to go to the store. God said to go for a walk. God said to eat some good food. God said to go play. God said that it's time to make some money. Those urges. You've taken the first step. Now you must keep your aim focused and wait for your objectives to materialize. Okay, going back to the Ace of Wands. You may have been feeling restless and that more is possible. And now that the Ace of Wands brings renewed vitality, creativity, energy, and expansion. What is that? Jupiter is so high in the sky. It's all right there. You see that bright-ass star right above you? That's Jupiter, bro. That's Jupiter. It's huge. It's right up there, dude. You're feeling it. Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. Anyways, let's see. So then going back into this, you have to wait till it materializes. There is a balance to be struck between daring and planning. Perhaps you will have to decide whether to stick with what you know or take a risk. This goes back to Mike. What are you going to do, Mike? Are you going to do what you always did? Haven't I taught you? When you don't know what to do, you do nothing. And if you have to do something, then do something you've never done before. Those are your only options. If you do, and he knows that video. Here's the video. I'm seeing it. Oh God, was it so painful. And I've had many of those days. Oh God, was it painful. All right. God sends me on this whole journey, right? He sends me to Oklahoma. I go to Oklahoma. I tell him I'm not going to get a job. God's going to provide a way and he's going to get me out of here. I was like, I think I'm going to Wisconsin. 3 weeks later, I'm on my way to Wisconsin. I get there. God says, tell this bitch no. She's going to throw me out. It's okay. She throws me out. I have no home. Go to Colorado. I get to Colorado. I get on the phone with my brother. He sends me a bunch of money. I'm supposed to be going to San Diego. I get as far as Las Vegas. My daughter calls me from San Diego. She says, nope, you can't come here. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to just keep heading west. And about 15 minutes later, my sister from the Bay Area, who I hadn't seen under bad blood, calls me and says we could come up there. We go up there. We go for 2 weeks. 2 weeks is up. She's like, you got to go. My brother sends me some money. My spirit says, you're going back to Colorado. I have nowhere to go, no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going back to Colorado. I'm doing fine until I get to Utah, and then my brain turns on. My brain is spending 4 hours, almost 5 hours, telling me all the possibilities of everything I should do when I get back to Colorado. It's trying to save me because I don't have a plan. So it's trying to help me make a plan. But it's giving me all these ideas of things that I've done over the years. Oh, you could go talk to your dad. Oh, you could go hit up this friend. Oh, you could go to the shelters. Oh, you could go do some day labors. Oh, you can do this and you can do this and you can do this. And I'm trying to make it, no, I'm not going to do anything I've ever done because I already know my training at this point. Don't do what you've always done. Don't do it. Just get there. Just get there. It'll be okay. Now, fast forward a year later, when God told me on the top of that mountain to go to Yuma with no plan. I know this. I don't need to know what's there. I just need to be brave enough to do it. And when I get there, it'll work its way out. I had no idea what I was going to do when I got to Yuma. I thought we were going to camp because we had just left camping and I brought all my camping gear with me and we were being told to leave because of the cold weather and it would be warmer. Warmer my ass. It was 119 degrees. Oh my God, it was hell on earth. But we got there right after the floods, so that was cool. Anyways, the floods. Remember last year, the floods? Everybody just forgot about the floods. We're all worried about the fires and forgot about the floods. Shut up.
New York's flooding.
Right now?
Yeah.
Damn it. Anyways, so go back to it. It's like, I didn't know what I was going to do. 15 minutes before I get to Yuma, Arizona, which I've never been to, the Holy Spirit tells me to call the resource center. I call the resource center, and they put me in an immediate shelter with the dog. And we're there for like a month and a half until I get myself kicked out doing magic and talking shit. Go watch my videos. It's in there. And then from there, God tells me I'm going to Las Vegas. I think I'm going to make money and this is going to be the biggest thing. No, all he wants me to do is open Pandora's box in the fucking Sin City and drag it all the way up and down fucking...
Our feet hurt.
Yeah, drag it all the way up and down the fucking strip, you know what I mean? And check out all the new places and all the clean stuff and everything. We saw all the stuff, but that's all he wanted me to do is take all my spirituality, all my light, everything I owned, and just, wash the lands and go camp out on the fucking, at the lake. And then he's like, go back to Colorado. I had no fucking plan. I don't have a plan. I don't know what God's planning. But let him plan it. And that's going back to right here. I've been here for 2 weeks and it just keeps going. And what she really said, and I didn't really say it, she said they're probably going to extend it till the first of the month because it's just, we're going to go into the zeros. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, probably. That's what they said when I called them. I was like, wow. Again, you know what I mean? Like, they put us in, but they give us a place to go. So going back to you, Mike, don't go back to anything. Go into the unknown. Get you a fucking, I don't know, get you a tent. Do you like Colorado? Like, I don't know. Go anywhere. Get you a fucking trailer. Get you a tour bus. Start doing, you can do shows, but don't do what you did do. Don't do what you did do. Do everything differently. That's all you can do is change everything. And that gives you an opportunity because if you do things that you did, you're going to get what you got, bro. And that's what we're trying to break, is the patterns. The patterns. Whether to stick with what you know or take a risk. The risk, dude. There's no reward if you don't risk it. Risk it for the biscuit, bro. You have nothing to lose.
You have everything to lose.
You have everything to gain. Have the courage of your convictions. And that's what I said. Sit down with God. He'll tell you where to go, bro. Who knows? You're very earthly, dude. I've called you the dirt since I met you, Joe Dirt. He's going to put you somewhere in the dirt. I feel like he's going to take your ass back to Tennessee, but you shouldn't, because what's in Tennessee? Are you going to go back to other people, lower vibrational people, put yourself on their... If you put yourself... This is what you don't get. God cleans your whole he cleans your energetic field. And if you go put yourself in somebody else's field, you're putting yourself back in their karma. It's yours because it was your energy that brought you to them, but now you're still putting it back on. You're still putting it back on. And that's what goes back to drug addicts, bro. Even if you stop doing drugs, bro, if you go back to the same people, you're still in the same energy, bro. It's going to happen, bro. It's going to happen. It's going to keep attracting to you because you're in the energy of that bullshit, bro. You can't live in two worlds. I'm sorry. It's the next level. This is where we were last year. Remember New Year's? I looked over and you were on a little fucking tricycle. I was like, no way did you make it through the fire. I was like, all I see is him on a tricycle and we're about to go through this again. Damn, bro. You can do it. Just go a different direction. Ugh. 2 is associated with unions, and the 2 of Wands indicates a good time for friendship. Make sure that any friendship is an equal one. Yeah, that's it too, as they're bringing him back. We're coming into... It's not how I wanted it. Oh, God. Reverse meaning. You feel as though you are being held back by circumstances or another person, but you are reluctant to make any changes, such as leaving an unfulfilling relationship or job. Whether you're... I know, Russ, what are you doing? Russ is trying to force an album out. Are you serious right now? You're just as crazy as Marshall over there trying to take a fucking tour. And Lewis. Oh my God, Lewis. How many of your races are they going to cancel? Oh, guys.
What about school?
I mean, seriously. Whether you sacrifice your dreams for security, it's up to you. You have no security. It's all in your head. I don't know what to tell you. That's where you're at. You have to make some really difficult choices. So you have fate upon you. You're going to have to rely on your skills, and you're going to have to freaking make some difficult choices. That's it. How could you guys possibly be thinking? That's what Caitlin said. It feels a little strange to be trying to push my new single right now. Yeah, you think nobody's going to buy your album when they're losing everything they own. Who are your fucking fans? A bunch of fucking Malibu Barbie bitches. You shouldn't have been fucking writing music about spirituality. God got you guys, dude. He got you by the fucking taint. I mean, he is literally, ugh. And I'm not like, I'm sort of enjoying it. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be truthful if I didn't say I wasn't sort of enjoying it. Like, I'm the biggest I told you so bitch ever. I hate being I told you so bitch, but I fucking told your ass. The 8 of Wands is on the bottom. I'm just taking action, bro. Taking serious action. I hear Michael, gotta make a change, bro. Or you can wait till it comes to your door. Till fucking fate comes to your door. Till something comes knocking on your door. Or you can just listen to that heart, that fucking calling in your heart like I did. That's telling you to walk out your door before something else comes to it. You know what I mean? I had to sacrifice my house. I had to sacrifice my security for nothing. God told me to retire, to stop working for Lyft, which I did. To retire. Stop paying my bills and trust him. I fully knew what was going to happen. I knew I was going to lose my house, which I took the time. It took about 3 months. I went to court. I knew I was going to lose my house. He made me sell my car. He didn't make me pack my bags or anything. I just kind of like obliviously was still working on my spirit while everything was falling apart around me. I just let it all fall apart, like he told me. I walked away with nothing more than most of the clothes we still have. I had blankets and shit. I had other stuff. All my spirituality, and that's it.
No more school.
You know what I mean? And we ended up, you know, we accumulate more stuff for each season. We get new clothes, we get new shoes, we get different stuff and stuff. But the only thing that's constant is change. We're only here for a season. You're like, how can you live like that? How can I mean, it's how I've been called to live. And you learn to just follow the wind. You learn to just trust God and to go with it. Because otherwise, what is my choices? To sit there and struggle and we be poor? You know what I mean? The truth is we didn't live in the best neighborhood because I couldn't get us in the best neighborhood. I worked as much as I could to give them everything that they wanted, but we were just spoiled assholes with no friends or no family or no nothing, and we just stuck to ourselves and just, you know, didn't really have any kind of adventure or anything. All I did was work. It's kind of all we did, right? Did I do anything with my life? I mean, seriously. We would go on vacations and stuff, but they were always very organized and everything. It was like always on, you know, I don't know. Life is an adventure now. It is, and we're well taken care of, and we have peace, and we have understanding. We don't have the big house.
Or school.
Or school. We don't have school. And that sucks. They've been out of school for a few
9
months
months.
now. Not 9.
7.
No, we left in
July.
Was it July? I think it was
July.
It was.
August.
Yeah.
September, October, November,
And,
December,
you know,
June.
for anybody that wants to judge that, every place I went to, I spent all the first fucking 3-4 weeks trying to get them into school. And it's just like everywhere we go, as soon as I go to try to put them in, we're moving to somewhere else. It's like, why don't you have any stability? Because I don't. Why don't you work all day? Oh my God. Go watch the videos. I don't have that. And that's why I'm like, you guys' security and stability. Don't you want it? Why would I want something that I already had? I want something more. And God said this is what we have to go through. Really?
Yeah, most adults.
I knew some adults that didn't know how to read.
Yeah, most adults either can't read or can't pass a 7th grade reading test.
Okay.
So I'm technically smarter than most adults.
You're super more... I don't even want to get into that. She's far more advanced than, you know, even myself. Going back to it, so there are some things that, you know, and as much as she lacks community, I lack community, we lack community, we've been very set apart. And, you know, that was one thing that I kept trying, and I had to just kind of give up and just say that, you know, we had that talk, I think, a month or 2 ago. I was like, guys, you're going to literally have to just repeat the whole fucking year.
Or just high school in general.
You know, or we can do alternative school where they could just build up their credits real quick and, you know, not do it. But I would rather them have, she really is a social butterfly, and I think she really needs the social idea of finishing off middle school, and definitely, if not that way, get her credits up so she can have a good high school experience. And that's all I can hope for. But the way that my life works, it's like I'm not really sure what that'll provide for her. You know what I mean? And that's it. It's like, you know... And with the school shootings and the pandemics that come through and all of the shit, you know what I mean? All of the...
There's been more school shootings in this year than the days.
You know, all of this competitiveness and all of the, you know what I mean, suicide and all of this stuff. It's like, damn, I don't really... What were we talking about earlier? Where you had
a 10-year-old boy killed himself on the first day of school.
No, we were talking about something earlier where you had to compete on all different levels. I was like, that's too much competition. I don't remember. But anyway, so it's like, you know, as far as lacking the social interaction, yeah. And going back to the syllabus and what they're teaching kids right now.
Most of them are Catholic, too.
I can't really say how much they're missing out on their 7th and 8th grade teachings for this year. CJ's in 7th grade, Millia's in 8th grade, so I can't really
We're
say
learning
how
those-
much of it they're missing
We're
out.
learning integers and math.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, shouldn't they be learning, you know what I mean?
And taxes.
Home economics and shit. Learning, you know, starting to take sports serious and stuff. Starting to be part of the social teams
I
and
want to be
stuff, the
a
cliques.
professional violinist.
There you go. So, you know, we've had to make some fucked up sacrifices, but at the same time, you know, we go to a place, we make that place our home, we learn to adapt to that place, we learn the environment, we learn our lessons, and then God takes us to another place that we make our home. It's always very shocking. We're very, you know, we're open, we look outside the windows, we don't necessarily 100% judge the people. Remember when we got to, every time we get somewhere, we're just like, you know, we're new. We're like, well, this is what's going to be home. Let's check out what home looks like. Let's see what the people look like. Where's the food?
That birthday party was so boring. They just sat around and played tag.
You know, we go to different
like
places and we just see how people live and we make it our home for a short period of time. And then God's like, roll out, which is always hard. You get attached. You're like, I thought I was going to stay here. I thought this was going to be my home. I don't know. Again, and you know, home is where the heart is. I don't know. That's where it is. It's like I'm trying to reassure those that are losing their homes that God has a home for you. You know what I mean? He has a better place for you, and it might not be an actual home you've ever seen, but you can make it your home, and it'll be very homey. But no matter who you are, fate is upon you. You have to get to work, and you have to make some hard decisions. This is really it. Like,
Go to the bathroom.
how could you possibly continue thinking that you can keep going in the same direction when everything is falling apart right now? Like, your business plan still applies at this particular time and space. Everything's still on track. We're looking good. We're looking good for January. February's looking great. I think we're off to a funny start. This is a false start right now, people. It hasn't even actually stopped. Yeah, I gotta take the dog out. So I'm gonna go. I gave you 5150. That's a good one. I gave you a reading for tonight, and that's really it. I mean, it's Saturday. Do it. Or don't do it, and then we'll have the same conversation next week because you're still in the loop, still in a pattern. The Wheel of Fortune. It's fate. Hey, I love you guys. Laters, haters. Bye.